If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Welcome to another edition of Thoughts on the Go. I'm Adam. These are my thoughts. I'm on the go, and yes, that is a cliche. That is something people say all the time, but 100% true. If you aren't following that, then you can't ask why things aren't going the way that you want them to. So, think about this. Life, business. I'm going to start with construction, working in construction. If we aren't planning out a project, if we aren't scheduling all the major milestones, if we aren't doing breakdowns of things like concrete pours and all the different milestones we have to hit throughout the project, you're going to get behind. You're not going to be able to track things properly, and you're going to get to the last month of the job. I just put a meme up about this thing where they're saying I haven't eaten in days, and I'm so stressed and all this stuff, and that's what's going to happen because the last month of the job should just be touching up deficiencies, getting all your final occupancy letters and stuff like that, not installing kitchens and waiting for counters to show up. And it doesn't have to be like that. It absolutely does not have to be like that. But we just accept that that's the way things are. Why? I don't know. There's so many people, no one's doing postmortems. No one is asking what went well. How can we improve? The continuous improvement things. Just me personally, when I look after anywhere between 20 and 30 projects, I have to do schedules for and progress tracking for them. And every project's at obviously different stages, and a lot of them are similar. There's actually some buildings that are exact copycats almost, some long-term care stuff, repeatable apartment buildings that we do over and over again, and then similar styles, a poured in place, precast, a masonry with, a masonry load-bearing wall construction, and now we're doing a lot of mass timber, wood construction buildings as well. Every time I do a schedule, and then I as we start tracking the progress of them, I'm constantly thinking like, what's good with the schedule, what's not, what should I incorporate next time in there, when should we start doing breakdowns on things, and we've got it pretty dialed in, which is awesome for me and awesome for the guys that I work with on site, because they're always getting a better product from me every single time we start a new project with them. And there's some guys now where I'm on their second, and some guys where I'm on their third project since I've been doing this type of position. And so not only are we improving the schedule for the type of building and for the project, but I can also start to cater the schedules towards the supers as well, because I know the style that they like to be in. I start to understand when they best like to do the schedules, how they like to do it. So even though no two are alike, we can start doing repeatable processes with supers, and then we see what starts working with certain guys, and then determining what we can use for future projects and on different projects, and make some last minute changes as we go and as we start building things. So absolutely amazing, but that takes a lot of planning, that takes a lot of execution to get there. But if we didn't plan there, like I said, we'd be all over the place, and there'd be so much frustration. There was when I first started doing the type of job that I'm doing, looking after schedules and progress tracking, all that stuff. There wasn't a lot of historical data for this stuff. There wasn't proper tracking, so we had no idea. So it's just frustration, job after job, because we weren't adjusting timelines. We were just using the same timelines over and over and over again that we've been using for however many years. So that's just construction right there. If you don't plan it out right, it's just as simple as planning out your week, planning out your month, planning out your day, right? What are you guys going to be doing today? Is it snowing today? It's not going to snow today. I had a picture I posted of just concrete that was actually absolutely pitted from rain, and because I took a chance, like there's some risk you can't eliminate, but there is a level there when it's a high chance of rain. Don't pour. I know you're behind, but now all of a sudden your concrete's ruined and you got to chip the whole thing up. So how much money did you just lose, right? So you paid those guys for that day. Now you got to pay for the removal. And depending on what's in there, if you've got it hydronic heating or something like that in the concrete, all of a sudden you risk breaking that up. So if you're not planning, if you're not looking at the weather, you're gonna have a bad day, as they say. Then talk about life. If you're not planning, there's a thing to be said that if you plan too much, and that was me for years. I was just got to get this 100%, And then I was on a call with somebody one time, this coaching guy I was doing coaching with, and he said, If it's at least 40% good, just send it. He's talking about social media stuff. If it's 40% good, just send it. Because you need to have the, what do we call it? The market research. That's what I like to put out. You got to have that market research on if it's good or not, right? So where can you improve? What can you fix? How many filler words are you putting in there? And I catch myself all the time saying the ahs and the ums and the and I know I'm doing it a couple times in this video, but I'm trying to make sure that I take my time instead of adding those filler words. Just take a break. You can always edit out the long pauses if you need to in the future, or just pause the video for a second. Try to re-record it. But you know what? If your message is clear and concise, and you're constantly trying to get better, people will notice that stuff. And a lot of times, if the message is good, then what you're saying, the extra filler words, people can kind of just bypass those. So we're talking about life, planning out life. Today is actually Christmas here in Canada. I'm just west of Toronto in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. So everything was planned out. Wake up around 8, 9 with the kids, did presents with them for about an hour, made some cinnamon raisin bread French toast for my wife. We ate that together. The kids ran to their rooms to go play some games with their friends. And my wife was going to start getting ready, and I had planned to work out. So gyms are closed today, but no excuses because I've got weights in my basement. So that was planned out ahead of time. I know I was going to do their chest day today. All planned out. Now I'm actually walking my dog while I record this video. So dog's getting a good walk in, longer than he normally does because I'm recording this video. I had to kind of drag him there, and then he wanted to turn me around. Then I got to go prep some food. Then we go to my parents, and we've already got tomorrow planned out. It's Boxing Day here in Canada. And then I've got my weekend planned out already. I already have my workouts planned for the rest of the week as well. And then I'm going to start doing some planning for the next month so that I know what days I'm going to be out of town, what days I'm going to be in town, and then start planning those major milestones too. When do we want to have our next family vacation? When my wife's birthday is going to be coming up soon, so what are we going to do for that? Then we've got our anniversary in the summer, and then all the way into next Christmas. How do we want next Christmas to look? So we can start planning today to make sure that we get exactly what we want in the future. And we know the resources that's going to take, we know the time it's going to take. And that's all based off of planning for success instead of planning to fail. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys today about: the planning, the scheduling, the follow through, the tracking to make sure that you're actually following through on these things. So many times we make these promises, especially to ourselves, that we're going to do this tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to work out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is today. So start taking action and live your life like a pro.